We are family.
Everyone loves classic fairy tales, and the Unstable Fables are modern retelling of classic fairy tales that we all know.
Good night, Goldilocks.
A goodnight kiss from a parent? Totally retro.
We've updated the stories. They're all about modern families and kids who happen to be animals in each of our stories. And they're unstable because the world's it's just a funny world.
The twist is typically an edgy twist, a contemporary twist, or a retelling of the fable in a modern, fresh way.
Please, this is a family show.
They also tell us a message about the power and strength of family. Some of the most unexpected challenges for creating these stories was making sure that these old tried and true stories were still going to bubble up through the modern retelling, that we weren't just telling a completely different story with the same old characters.
Looks like nobody's home.
In the original story, Goldilocks is virtually a home intruder. She goes to the house, she knocks on the door, there's nobody there, and she lets herself in and does all sorts of things in their house.
In our particular unstable fable of Goldilocks, she is a Paris Hilton-like television personality who has her own home makeover show. And the three bears get selected, and fame and fortune goes to the bears' head. They become like the Osbournes, and Goldilocks does a reversal. She, like a Paris Hilton, all of a sudden discovers family, discovers friendship, and discovers that she really wants to be a part of the family, and so the two halves, the bears and Goldilocks, cross over, and ultimately in the end do become a family.
Dinner's ready. Hello?
The whole family theme and the strength of family in Unstable Fables came about because I think we wanted to put kids in the stories.
Kids, I could use some help getting dinner ready.
And once you have kids in a story, you immediately want to have their parents involved.
And a lot of weird things happen to the families, but at the end of each of the Unstable Fables, it resolves with a very positive, pro-family message.
The intention wasn't in the first place to be, oh, let's do this thing that's all about the strength of family. It just sort of evolved that way.
And then at the end of it, in a giant sort of American Idol finale, they come together and decide that really we are family.
We were so lucky to get the We Are Family song, and that because it's such a, I mean, I think it's actually the theme for all of the Unstable Fables.
I got all my sisters with me. Oh, we are family.
We Are Family is just has a great message, and by being able to use that in our show as our final talent song that they all sing together, we just think it's really great, and we're really tickled about that.
Oh, yeah.
Get up, everybody!
Get up, everybody, and sing.
No, together, they're not half bad.
When you're casting for animation, you really want to find someone who's going to not just complement the character, but bring something more to the character than you even expected.
Oh, come on. Why won't anybody give us a ride? Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
It was important to us in each case to have actors who audiences would know. Actors like Tom Arnold and Brooke Shields and various different people like these great actors.
You know, we give them just a couple pictures to work off of, and so they really help us to expand the characters.
I know you're hurt, baby, but there's a better way to handle this than getting mad.
Like waiting for the bears when they get home and having an open and honest conversation about my feelings.
Goldilocks is played by Jamie Lynn Spears, who brought a really great, her background in doing sketch television as well as doing her show Zoe 101, really helped bring a really great young performance to Goldilocks.
She's really energetic, takes a lot of energy.
Oh, you're home.
She's fun, she's really girly. She's just, just like a normal teenage girl, I guess. Just really spoiled.
Oh, you're home.
She didn't quite bring herself 100%. She actually created a real character, which is this kind of squeaky, clean, fun Goldilocks who has a little bit of an edge. And I think because of Jamie Lynn's experience, she understands how to create a little bit of an edge to a character. And Goldilocks is supposed to be incredibly likable, but then just a little bit not likable because she's just so perfect. And, it's that kind of perfect girl that we'd all like to be, but at the same time we're a little bit sickened by. And I mean, she really knew how to create that kind of girl, the girl who gets everything.
On second thought, I'll just have a diet soda.
You know, her sister, Britney Spears, is obviously at the center of the pop culture storm, and Jamie did an amazing job for us. And it's a complex role, and she brought humanity and honesty and truth and a sense of humor and a sense of playfulness to the part. And you know, it's a great cast.
It's fun because I get to go in there just in my comfortable clothes, and it's really quick. You have lunch. It's more of a laid-back situation, so it's fun, you know, be able to go in there and do acting, but you don't have to get all dressed up or anything like that.
I had no idea you didn't eat fish.
I could make you a sandwich or something.
That's okay. I ordered takeout from the sushi sow instead.
The sushi sow? Absolutely not.
Tom Arnold is just plain funny and has got a great soul to him, and does a wonderful job as the Papa Bear.
Mac, she is our guest.
I love Tom Arnold. I loved working with him. He was super funny.
Okay, you can have the sushi.
He brought so much humor to the character, and he brought that extra stand-up comedian into the room, as well as being professional. I mean, it's always great when, you know, actors are, and usually they are professional, but when they can come in and have a lot of fun, but then also really get the job done. And he really did that.
Personal, it's research.
Pop, chill.
If I let you out, will you clam up and leave us alone?
The Papa Bear character is a funny character. I know that Tom Arnold may have said that he reminded him of the Jackie Gleason character in The Honeymooners. We kind of, when we created him, thought a little bit more about Ozzy Osbourne and the Osbournes. Perhaps he's somewhere in the middle, and the bridge is really built by Tom Arnold, who embodies that character.
Forget it. We have been picking bugs and candy out of our fur all week. Okay, Junior, look away. This guy's about to be mauled. Did you just call my wife ugly?
The thing that Tom Arnold brought that was a surprise was the whole idea about how much he loves his wife and how much he loves his family, and that this is a guy who puts his family first, and yet he's still kind of a good old boy, but when it comes right down to it, his family is really the most important thing to him.
Can we get our old stuff back?
And that's what he's going to go to work for, and that's who he's around for, and that he's a really good family man, even though he is kind of a, you know, just, you know, a truck driving, if his truck was fixed, you know, kind of fishmonger.
Can we get our old stuff back?
Except the kitchen.
And the TV.
Brooke Shields also, I mean, someone who's been around for years, has been in this business for ages. She was talking about how her daughter was a little disappointed that she didn't get to play Goldilocks. She had to set her daughter straight, you know, it's like, I used to be Goldilocks, now I'm Mama Bear.
Who saw that one coming?
She told us great stories about her kids and really enjoyed the script, laughed a lot at the lines and found them genuinely funny.
Ooh, get up everybody and sing!
Yeah, that sounded great, Mom. You're a shoo-in for the town show this year.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, and Duty, of course, who I think will be everybody's favorite. We got to come back, you know, bring Duty back for his own show at some point.
The Unstable Fables movies have a particular style to them.
We wanted to design a world where it would look appropriate and funny to have animals walking around living a kind of human lifestyle.
The Unstable Fable universe is just a little bit different, a little bit off, a little bit more hand-drawn, a little bit more personal. And a lot of that goes to Howard and what it is that he put forward in terms of the designs that he created.
People often ask me the question, what is the role of a director in animation? I think I get that question more than any other question of how do you direct animation? And I always tell people, as opposed to doing live action, a director tells people what to do, actors what to say, costumers what to create. I tell people what to draw. And I draw myself an awful lot.
He designed all the characters, basically. He has his own kind of very original style, and when he started sketching, we thought, this looks really different. Like, these animals don't look like anything specifically from Looney Tunes or from any of the other famous cartoons. So we thought this is an original look that kind of could work for all the Unstable Fables.
Fish stand!
This ain't your mama's fish stand!
We really just sat down and tried drawing what I would say were even some really hideous pictures, just sort of like playing like children, drawing with our left hands, being just letting whatever happens, and then just sort of looking at these drawings and going, okay, which are the ones that are just sort of speaking to us, and then looking at them and asking, why were they speaking to us, and start creating a vocabulary of design.
Well, maybe there are more important things than show business.
Oh, Goldie, that's impossible.
Most of the characters, we decided to make them look a lot more like, almost like a human being in a furry animal costume, giving them big noses, letting their mouths being separate as opposed to having snouts like real animals, or like the way a dog or a puppet might work, and give them more of a mouth that was on a surface. Again, a little bit more like human characteristics, but with whacked out noses and strange ears and things like that.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, your butt's so big it has its own zip code.
Oh, look who's talking.
People will see something a little bit off-center about Unstable Fables.
Ladies, please! This is a family show.
That's by design. We love that. And we love the fact that it feels a little bit more homemade, perhaps, than the big mega movies that you see coming out of some of the other Hollywood studios.
Around us they say, can they be that close?
Just let me state for the record.
We're giving love in a family goes.
Telling these stories in a new way definitely helps keep them alive. And because they are such great stories and they're such great classic stories, by giving them a new life and a new breath, just keeps these characters alive. A Goldilocks might not be around in 100 years if we didn't keep trying to tell her story. And her story's worth telling.